All right, guys, so it's your man Devori right here with brand Champz. I just wanted to shoot this video really quick live. We've been having a lot of clients that we've been helping out, really making them successful in their social media marketing and also bringing in more sales. However, we just discovered a new strategy that's going to bring more money to your business. And also, we're going to talk about the things that 98% of other businesses are not doing and how you can remove your business from those 98% of other businesses and put yourself in the 2% of people who are really taking advantage of what social media has to offer. So if you're not on social media, or if you are on social media and you're not seeing the results, or you're not getting enough likes, or you're not getting enough comments, or you're not seeing the money coming back from the advertising that you're spending, then more than likely this video is definitely for you, and we're definitely going to be able to show you exactly what you need to be doing to bring money back into your business by using social media. Now, the big thing is this. You have to understand the principles that is a part of building trust with your customers. The reason why you're not bringing in enough money from social media, or the reason why your brand is not scaling, is because there's no trust with your customer or the potential audience that you're actually going after. You know, if you're not on social media being consistent and talking about the things that people want to hear, then nobody's really going to care, which goes into one of the first two most important things that you have to understand off top if you want to build a successful brand that's going to convert into growing sales for your business. And that is nobody knows you and nobody cares about you. Listen, you guys don't care about me. You guys don't care where I come from, what I'm about. All you care about is this video going to bring you more money. That's what this business is all about, making more money so you can put food on the table, so you can provide the life that you want for you and your family. Or whatever your aspirations or dreams or goals, it's going to come down to if you can make more money to facilitate that. Now, you have to understand that nobody knows your business. Nobody knows the service that you're offering. If you're in a town and there's 200,000 people, not all 200,000 people actually know you. If you think all 200,000 people know you, then more than likely you probably wouldn't be watching this video. So if you're watching this video, obviously nobody knows you and nobody cares about you. No one cares about your company. Nobody cares about what you like to do on the weekends. All they care about when they're on social media is, are you giving them information that pertains to making, or are you giving them information that solves the issues that they're having? Now, what that really means is this, is that you want to make sure that you understand nobody knows you. You want to make sure you understand that nobody cares about you. And you also want to make sure, let me see, I don't want to misquote anything here. You want to make sure you have positive reputation. Okay, you want to make sure you have a positive reputation in your market, right? If everybody knows you, you're a shitty company, then you're not going to really be able to grow your brand, which means you're not going to be able to make more money. Okay, you want to make sure that you're always providing value. If you're on social media and you keep telling people why your business is so important and why your business is great at doing A, B, and C, how is that any value to your customer? They don't care. They could care less. Nobody cares about you. No one cares how great your company is. What they care about is your company going to be able to provide them value, right? Every time you're on social media, even on your website, even if you're answering a call and you're talking to them, are you always providing them value? Okay. Now, a simple example of this is if you call a mechanic, you have a problem with your car, and maybe that problem that you're communicating with that mechanic is something that you could really fix yourself. If that mechanic doesn't even take the time to actually tell you that, hey, this sounds like something you might be able to fix yourself. If you go onto our Facebook page, we have a couple of videos that could probably help you out. If not, you could bring the car in. We'll actually look at the problem for free. Like that right there in and of itself is value to the customer. Okay. Now the fifth thing you always want to do is you want to make offer or offers, right? This is what a lot of people are missing this every time. They get on social media and, you know, they show off how beautiful their product is. They put posts about things that they care about, what the business cares about. You know, even if they have posts that are providing value to their customer, they forget to not make an offer, which means if you're not directing your customer on what they should do next, then you're missing out on making the offer. Example, if I'm the mechanic, I would go into my Facebook page, I would show people how to do an oil change, and at the end of the video or in the description I would say, hey guys, if you guys are too busy to do the oil change, stop on by. We're located on, you know, this street, on this address, and you know, if you guys have a hard time finding us, you know, just call us. You know, call us at this number. Or if you're a restaurant, you get on social media, you show some people some value. At the end of it, you say, hey, go to our website and you can order online. Or hey, call us now, call ahead. You know, these are things that are called making offers. Okay, call to action. You have to give your customer an action that they need to actually execute after delivering whatever your message is. So nobody knows you. Nobody cares about you. You got to have a positive reputation. You got to be able to provide value, and you got to be able to make offers. These first two is what everybody is missing, and what any marketing company is not really telling you guys. Okay, nobody knows you, and nobody cares about you. Okay, that is one of the biggest things that you have to accept as a business owner. Okay, and let me just erase this. Now, you're probably asking yourself, okay, yeah, I got all that. You know, yeah, nobody knows me, nobody cares about me. You're saying that I need to provide more value on my social media. Well, you know, how do I actually go about doing that? Like, what am I supposed to say? Well, it's really simple, okay? Anytime you're on social media and you're putting something on social media, you need to follow these three things. One, you need to make it about them. Being your audience, okay? You need to make it about them, okay? You need to tell them, okay, well, why, okay, and how, okay? What? Well, why and basically what? So what that means is, if you're on social media, your post should be about them, right? That could be issues that they're having and how that post can solve those issues that they've been having, which is why this video exists in the first place, okay? So this video is about you, not about me, it's about you. What are we talking about? We're talking about making more sales, bringing in more money, growing your brand, growing your social media presence so you can make more money. Okay, and how are we going to do that? I'm going to show you in about a minute from now, okay? So these are the three things that you should be following, okay, when you're on social media. What everybody is doing right now is they're only doing this, basically. You know, they're not even doing the why. They're just going on social media and just saying, hey, I have this product, come down and buy it. Like, you guys are missing the whole point of marketing in the first place. You know, marketing includes branding and advertising. You guys want to take shortcuts and forget the branding and just go straight to advertising. But the problem with that is advertising is very expensive. If you're watching this video and you spent money on billboards, radio ads, magazines, Facebook, Google, then you know exactly what I'm saying. It is too much money going out of the door if you have yet to build up your brand. That's just a waste of money going down the actual toilet. Okay, so you want to make sure that you're always making it about them. You want to talk about the what, the why, and how. Okay, so again, this video is about you guys. So, and what is it about? Bringing in more money by educating you guys on what you need to start doing to separate you from your competitors on social media. And I'm about to show you how to do it, okay? So let's not delay that process any further. So the how is very simple. You want to start off with understanding what your customer now don't make fun of my writing or anything. Yeah, it might be pretty, but just understand this. What they don't have. What does your customer not have? Anytime anybody is spending money, it's because there is a problem, right? Hey, we're going to take this vacation. Our problem is we have nowhere to stay. Well, we got to find a place to stay and we got to pay money. Hey, we're really hungry right now. Well, hey, we have a problem. Well, we got to spend money. Hey, we owe taxes, to the IRS. That's a problem. Well, I got to spend money, right? Anytime somebody's spending money is because there's a problem that needs to be solved. It doesn't mean the problem is life or death, but it's a problem. Either it's a little problem or it's a big problem. Either way, you guys got to understand is what they don't have. Okay? That's where all of your customers are always starting at. Okay? Right now, this video is you don't have a great social media presence. Maybe you have a great social media presence, but it's not translating into more money, right? You could have 50,000 followers on your social media, but are you tracking how many people from social media is actually spending money? Is the amount of money you're spending in advertising cheaper than what it's been costing you to actually grow your brand on social media, right? Or have you been wasting money on social media because you are trying to do it yourself and you just don't know? All right, so that's why this video is about what you don't have, or you're not making the amount of money you think you should be making, right? A lot of you guys have great products out there, but you guys haven't branded or built the trust with your marketplace. So your marketplace doesn't respect the greatness that's involved in your product, okay? And so because you like we said, it's what they don't have, and we want to take them what they do have, okay? Or you could say, what they don't have, and basically what they do have, or what they want to escape from is another way of saying it. I don't think you guys can see that. Let me put that down here. Escape from, where they want to arrive to. Okay, right? So what is the problem, right? Which is another way of saying it. What is the solution? Okay? So you want to guide them from here to here. That's what we're always trying to do, but we make it very complicated on ourselves. Or we take shortcuts and just use straight up advertising, which is paid advertising. And we're missing the whole boat here, and why even if you do paid advertising and you are bringing in sales, eventually you will cap out and you will plateau, because in order to really reach the top and separate yourself as a business, especially if you're in a high competitive area, you need to make sure that you build trust with your customers. I mean, think about it. How many times you guys go to the grocery store or to Rite Aid or Walgreens and you're looking at a particular product, but there's 10 different versions of them? I use this example all the time, like with toothpaste and mouthwash. Like, there's 50 different toothpaste and mouthwash. Well, which one do I go with? I happen to be a vegan, so the only toothpaste I'm entertaining is something that is talking about where it didn't involve animal testing. There's no animal products involved in there, right? That in and of itself is a level of trust that company's built with me. So now I'm able to make a decision quicker. Now, if I wasn't a vegan, well, what toothpaste would I really be getting? Like, it's all about the trust that you guys are building with your customers. That's the way you get to the top of the mountain, okay? So what the problem is and what the solution is. So your guys' problem is, again, your social media is not where you feel it should be. You have an amazing product, you have an amazing talent, you have an amazing service, but not a lot of people know it, right? And you spent money and you wasted money, and now you want to fix it. All right, well, the first thing you need to do is you need to brand yourself. That's exactly what we're talking about right now. You need to brand yourself, okay? Second thing you need to do is you need to really educate yourself and tighten up on your sales cycle. Now, I'm just assuming here, and correct me if I'm wrong, but majority of you guys probably have never even heard of what a sales cycle, probably never even heard the words, or you probably don't even know what it means, or you probably aren't familiar with the steps and how important they are, and how if you don't have a sales cycle that is in unison and really works 360, then you're like leaving so much money on the table without even knowing it. Okay? And then what I like to say is massive action. Like, if you're waking up late, if you're taking days off, if you're telling other events that people want to have and want to invite your business, no. If you don't want to do 10 times the activity that your next competitor is doing, then you'll just get left, they'll just leave you in the dust, man. Right? So like, if you want to get that solution of making more money, you got to be willing to do massive action. But you can't do massive action and get all of the leads and the businesses and the amount of customers that's going to come if your sales cycle isn't on point. Your sales cycle can't be on point if you don't even have a brand. If you're not building the proper trust, if your brand is not on point, then your sales cycle can't even be at its full potential. Okay? If your sales cycle is not at its full potential, you can't reasonably take massive action and really have it work out for you. Okay? Now, you guys probably still don't understand what I'm saying, but I'm going to really make it easy for you to understand. But in the next minute. So the first step is branding yourself. Okay? Well, how do you brand yourself with your customers on social media? It's actually really, really easy. It's taking this same concept of what we just talked about and applying it to your customer. Okay, so what we'll say is, we'll erase this. Okay, we'll call this, what is the problem your customer is having? And what is the solution? Okay, so let's take the example of a health food restaurant. All right, so there's a local juice bar here in Visalia that we do their marketing, and the problem that they have is they have customers who don't have don't have healthy options. Right? They don't have access to healthy options, so we want to give them access to healthy options, right? This framework is what the juice bar is applying to when they go post on social media. This is what they are focusing on. They're focusing on taking their marketplace, their customers, their audience from not having access to healthy options to having access to healthy options. Okay? Well, the first step in doing that is understanding, okay, well, what would be the first step towards them getting healthy options? All right, well, the first step would probably be education. Right? Education is a very important part of nutrition. Like, if you don't know what bad food really is, if you don't know how to read a label, if you don't know why certain foods are very important for you, you can't reasonably think that you're going to be able to have healthy options in your life because you don't know what they are. And you won't be able to appreciate the positive or negative effects of not having healthy options, right? So the first step would be educating. Okay, well, what we have to understand with education, with that juice bar, and them communicating with their customers on social media is understanding, okay, well, what is it that the customer is going to say when we're putting out educational information for them? Well, they're probably going to say, well, when it comes to health options, it might be expensive. I don't know where. I don't know how. They like, as a juice bar, we're trying to educate customers. We know their excuses or their reason, not necessarily excuses, but their reasoning of why they're not educated in the first place, or why they've yet to arrive at the solution, is because they probably think it's too expensive, or they don't know where, or they don't know how to start. Okay? Like, if we just keep it at just these 3 basic points, and then we take it a step further. See, this is what you guys aren't being educated on, and this is why this live video is absolutely for free, so you guys could take it back right now and start applying it immediately. And if you still have questions after this video, if you still are a little confused, or you want us to help you out, just go ahead and leave a comment, below, or send us an actual direct message, and we will get back to you. All right, so we're trying to educate. This is for a juice bar. So if you're just popping into this video, we're talking about a juice bar, organic juice bar, who's trying to communicate with their customers because their customers don't have healthy options. They want to have healthy options. This is about building trust. This is about building authority, having credibility in your marketplace. So when someone goes to make a decision on which company they're going to go with, they're going to go with the company that spent the time talking about these issues on social media. Okay? So the juice bar wants to educate them. They already understand that they're probably going to say that it's too expensive. They don't know where to go. They don't know how to start. Okay? The other thing is, I'd put one more. They don't know what. They don't know what to eat, right? Or they don't know what to do, I guess is another way to put it. All right? So why this is important is, now when you're on social media and you're communicating with the customer, you could easily say, yeah, you guys are looking for healthy options, that are affordable and cheap. Well, here are some options that you guys should be aware of. When you go to the grocery store, you should be looking for these items, not these items. And you can also provide backup information, give them the actual numbers so they understand you're serious and you know exactly what you're talking about. So as an example, what we did for Juicers Cold Press is, there's a lot of people that would go in there, or there's a lot of people without going in there that would say it's expensive. So one of the posts was talking about, how healthy food is not expensive, how the average cost of meat and junk food and eating out is significantly more than if you were eating plant-based foods like fruits and vegetables and grains, rice and beans, things of that nature, is significantly more cheaper than buying meat and ice cream and eating out restaurant every single day. People generally know this stuff, but it's about providing that education. Remember, it's about providing the value. It's about making it about them. Okay? They don't care about Juicers Cold Press. They only care about getting healthy options. This is all they care about. Okay? So we're going to talk about, they say it's expensive, they don't know where to go, so we're going to say, hey, these are some places you can go to. This isn't the only place you can go to, but we're going to get started by educating their potential customers on where they can go. They're going to educate them on how can they start. They're going to educate them on if they don't know what to do. And this is the next level stuff. Okay, well, now that we've done that, let's talk about their fears. Okay? Their fears is, well, my family won't do it. Won't do it. Or I'm scared that, I'll do it wrong. I'm scared that I'll be judged. Let me make sure you guys can see that. There you go. Right, so here are some fears. Most of the juice bars customers, they have families, so they're probably scared that, hey, their family won't want to be healthy like they will. They're scared that they'll probably do the stuff wrong. Like when they try to go and find healthy options, they're probably scared that they're going to do it wrong. And they're probably scared that their friends and families will judge them. Because anytime you're trying to do something to better yourself, most of the people in your life will end up judging you. Okay, so they're probably scared of that, right? And that makes up the whole education part. This is everything that the juice bar on social media should be talking about. Why? Because it's about them. Okay? This is the what? Okay? They want to be educated so they can get to their healthy options. And we're going to tell them how by addressing these points. Okay? It's really, like, once you guys start to see this, if you guys aren't already catching on and seeing what you're doing wrong, like this is why you're not getting the amount of brand recognition that you should be getting. Okay? Now, I'll leave that up there. Now, let's say the second thing is education, right? So to take someone from not having any healthy options to take someone to having healthy options, now what you want to do is get them to fix their environment. Okay? Like, as an example, you could say, when I say environment, we were telling the juice bar that, some people, they want healthy options, but their environment is preventing them from accessing it. What does that mean? That means either their house is full of junk food, their car is full of junk food, the place they work at is full of junk food, the people around them aren't healthy. So when they change their environment, then they will be able to change as well, right? So, the second step is you got to change your environment. And we already know they're going to say, well, that's going to be too hard. Or it's going to take too long. Or like how do I change? Right? And they're probably going to be scared of, again, judgment. Okay? They're probably going to be scared that that again their family won't agree. Probably have family problems. They're probably going to be scared that it may cost money. Okay? So these are the things on social media that the organic juice bar needs to start talking about. Hey, we noticed that you want to access more healthy options. You want to be a little bit more healthier. Well, hey, it's not going to be too hard. Just start with removing junk food from your car. Just start by removing the candy and the Reese's Pieces and the sodas from your pantry. Like, just do those little things. Those little things go a long way, right? And then replace them with healthy options. So what we're doing is, first, we've educated them. We've addressed their main objections. When anyone wants to be healthy, usually these are the objections. It's too expensive. They don't know where to go. They don't know how to start. They don't know what to do. Their family won't do it. They don't want to do it wrong and be disappointed. And ultimately, they don't want to be judged. Like, that's usually the first wave of objections that we all have had when we're trying to do a new diet or we're trying to get healthier, whatever the case may be. And the second thing is, after speaking with the juice bar, we notice people's environment is what is impeding them from actually getting to more healthy options, okay? Now, again, it's too hard, it's too long. How do I change? I don't want to be judged. My family won't agree, and I'm scared that it's going to cost too much money, right? Like, these are the first two steps that the juice bar on social media is going to be talking about, all right? And then the third thing that they could be talking about is, let's say, education, environment is, let's say fitness. Okay. Let's say, is awareness. Okay. Right? They're educated, they've changed their environment, and they're becoming more aware, and they're seeking more awareness from other people and other restaurants or other resources that is all health-based, okay? And to gain that awareness, it's going to help them find more healthy options. You know, the more aware you are, the more in tune, the more you're able to find what you're looking for. So awareness is a huge thing. So we're just going to move this over here so you guys aren't confused. Okay, awareness, right? So, you know, what are some reasons or excuses why they won't want to seek more awareness? You know, I know one off top is it takes too much time. You know, it takes too much time. You know, I don't know anybody. Don't know anyone. Or they don't know the restaurants. You know, they don't know that these other restaurants exist, right? So it kind of goes into a little bit of education, but it also, awareness is in of its own right very important to get someone up to where they know all the healthy options. Another example is they don't know how to read labels. Or they don't know the meanings of the labels, or they're not following the news when it comes to nutrition. Okay, so what that means is like, all right, you guys need to get more awareness. Yeah, I don't have time. Well, here are some simple things that you can do to make yourself more aware of what's going on in the food industry, or what's going on in the fitness industry, or what's going on in the nutrition industry, right? Whatever industry you are in, you can make your customers more aware of what's actually going on. Okay, one, what that's going to do is continue to build that trust, because now they're going to look at you not just some company who just wants to make money, but a company that actually is providing free information to them, becoming a resource, you know, like your own library in regards to the niche that you're in or the industry that you're in. Okay, they don't know anyone. Well, you can collab with other businesses or other brands out there to help them. So for example, they want to have access to more healthy options. If you're an organic juice bar, it probably would be smart to partner with another health food restaurant. You know, a restaurant that's really dedicated to only selling organic, healthy foods, right? So you can actually share that information with your customers. The other one is you could teach them how to read labels, how to read food labels. You can also teach them what the food labels actually mean, you know, and then you can definitely start sharing more news with them, okay? And again, it's the same things that they're scared of. They're scared of that everything that they've learned is now wrong, right? I think we all have had that problem before. Like, hey, I've been doing it this way for so long, there's no way that the way I've been doing it is wrong. But if anything has taught us in this life is, you know, in the last 1,000 years, you know, a lot of things that we said was a fact is no longer a fact, right? So things change, right? So, like, hey, they don't want to feel wrong, right? They don't want to feel wrong. They don't want to feel confused. Okay? They don't want to feel confused, you know? And again, it goes down to, you know, their family probably won't support it. Okay? And we can address all these things to them in our social media posts. These social media posts is to build your brand up, to build that trust. So when they go to finally make a purchase, you, like, your company, your brand is going to be on their mind, not your competitor. Because your competitor, all they're worrying about is selling instead of building the trust and closing. Because if you build trust, you brand right, you're not really selling, you're closing at that point. It's already been sold. They believe in what you're doing. You're providing the answers that they need to better themselves and whatever problem that they have. So you don't need to sell anything. You just need to close the actual deal, okay? Now, so here are some rules that, or not rules, but here are some things that you should be asking yourself in regards to your customer, okay? That are very, very important. And if you haven't done this process, if you have not asked yourself these questions, then you're already actually behind. Okay? And I know that's all blacked out, so hold on. Ugh. Okay. So, here are some very important questions that you need to be asking yourself. And if you haven't done that, you should take out a pen and a paper right now and copy this down. Okay? So, what do you sell? Okay. Who is your perfect customer? Okay, I'm gonna stop really quick. When I say who is your perfect customer, I'm saying, okay, what is their age? Okay, what is their gender? What do they do? What's their income? What is their likes? What is their dislikes? Okay. What are their frustrations? Well, we'll get down to that later. But what is it that they like? What are their dislikes? Where are they located? This could be online and geographically, where are they located? All right. Where do they hang out at? Okay. This may mean like where do they spend the most time? All right. Like let's say your customer is spending the most time at the gym. That'd be very important to know. Because if you're trying to do marketing and you're not marketing where they spend most of the time, well, nobody's going to know you, right? And if nobody knows you, they're definitely not going to care, okay? And if nobody cares, you're not going to make any money. So what are their age, what are their gender, what's their job, what's their income, what are their likes, dislikes, where they located, where they hang out. And like you can really keep this going. But you really at least need to figure out who is your perfect customer. And another question you could be asking yourself when you say who is your perfect customer, who is your perfect customer that you would basically give your service to them for free and have them pay later. Or you would allow them to walk into your restaurant and grab the food and then have them pay later. Like who is that perfect customer? All right, that you would basically sell for free. Now, that doesn't literally mean free. It just means temporarily. Who would you be willing to say, hey, you know what? Don't even worry about it. Just pay me after. Like, who's that type of perfect customer? Because they're going to do their part, right? So you got to ask yourself that question. Who is your perfect customer? Okay. What do they want? All right. Excuse me. What are their frustrations? What are their fears? Right? What are their frustrations? What are their fears? Okay. And what must you demonstrate for them to believe in you? All right, so these questions are always skipped. When anybody starts a business, they're so focused on the business plan, they're so focused on how great their product is, but they never spend any time actually spending the time to figure out who their customer actually is, what they actually love, what they hate, what are their turnoffs, like what are their dislikes, like where are they located, like what is their age, like what do they actually look like, okay? Like you can, a great example of this is, check this out. So say you have the right product, okay? And let's say you have, I'll put the wrong product. And you can have the right customer or wrong customer? Okay? Because you failed to answer these questions, this is what's happening to most businesses. They may have the right product, but they're selling it to the wrong customer, right? Or they can have the wrong product and they're selling it to the wrong customer. Or they have the wrong product, but they're selling it to the right customer. Okay? Like, you guys got to pay attention to this stuff, okay? It's not your fault that you probably didn't know this, which is why this free video is happening right now. So write this stuff down. Like, ask yourself this question. Like, what are you selling, and is it matching what your perfect customer would be? Okay? Like, you don't have to necessarily change what you sell. Like, if you're selling 24/7 emergency plumbing services for residential customers, you don't need to change that. You just need to make sure that you understand who is your perfect customer. Okay? Is it a customer who is renting in an apartment that they don't own, who doesn't have anybody else that they're living with, and so no one's really there at home 24/7, and the communication may be a little off or whatever, or they may not actually have the money? Maybe they have a low income job. Is that going to be your perfect customer, or is it going to be the perfect customer where they own their own home, they're married, they have a job where they both are bringing in more than $100,000 a year, okay? They have kids. Maybe they have enough money where they have a nanny. Maybe they live in a safe neighborhood, an accessible neighborhood. Like, who is your perfect customer, right? Who do you not mind doing your service or selling your product for free up front and then getting paid later than what you usually would get paid? Because obviously in plumbing and home services, you don't get paid up front. There may be a deposit, but let's say you waive the actual deposit and you tell them, hey, don't pay me 30 days, just pay me 30 days later. Who would you be doing that for? Okay? And then you need to ask yourself, what do they want? What are their frustrations? What are their fears? What do you need to demonstrate to them for them to believe in your business, right? So again, there's a lot of people who have the right product. They have the perfect product, they have the perfect service. The food is amazing, right? But they're selling it to the wrong customer. They're marketing to the wrong customer, okay? Or they have the wrong product, but they're marketing it to the wrong customer. Or which is the worst thing, the worst position to be in. Or you have the wrong product and you're marketing it to the right customer. Like, the only way you're going to win is when you have the right product, okay, and you're selling it to the right customer. Like, this is where you want to be, okay? You don't want to be down here. All right, you want to be having the right product, selling it to the right customer. Well, you don't even know who your right customer is if you've never even asked yourself these questions, right? And if you think that's not valuable, then why have a business if you're just going to be average like all your other businesses just like you, right? Don't you want to separate yourself? Don't you want to make more money? Don't you want to make it easier for you? Don't you want to have better problems? Like, you guys are so scared to make more money because there's going to bring more problems. But what you don't understand is you're more stressed out by having a very small business where you're worrying about, oh man, I got to cut down on labor, or not enough people know me, or I don't want to spend any more money on marketing. Well, that's counterproductive. It's causing more stress on you. It's causing you actually more money. Why? Because time is money. If you're spending more time stressing about labor issues, okay, then you're not making enough money from the jump. And you can't make more money if you don't even know who you're selling it to, right? And you can't even sell it to them if you don't have the right product, if you don't build out your brand, okay? So why do people respect Coca-Cola so much, even though you shouldn't be drinking Coca-Cola? It's because they built the brand up for ages. But because we have social media, we can do this in like 90 days. If you're coming from nothing, you can literally build your brand in 90 days as long as you have the right product, you build up the brand so you can sell it to the right customer. Like, that's the advantage that you guys have today that Coca-Cola didn't have 50 years ago. All right? And so that's why this live video is happening right now, because it's for you. All right? So, all right. Those are the tough questions that you need to ask yourself. And then the last part that we're going to talk about is, here's some rules that you guys should start following right now in this moment, okay? You need to build a team. If you're a business and it's only just you, it's not going to work, right? You need to have other people do other things, even if it's something very, very small. Even if you just have them answering phone calls, or you have them sending emails, right? Or you have them going out and just doing inspections or quotes. Like just something so little can give you more time. The more time you have, the more money you can actually use to reinvest back into your business. All right, so you got to have a team. Attention is everything. If you're not getting attention, if your business is not bringing in attention, like if nobody is noticing you, like you're going to be left behind. Like if nobody knows you exist, and that's how you have to operate. You have to operate as if it doesn't matter how many years you've been open. I mean, ask yourself, you right now live in a city or a town. Do you know every dental office that exists in that town? No. And most of those dental offices, majority of them have probably been open for 10 to 20 years. Probably even 30, probably even 40. But you don't know them, right? So you need to change your mindset around to saying, hey, you know what? People don't know us. And that's how we need to operate. Every time we talk to somebody, every time we're on social media, anytime we're going to an event, we need to draw attention. Okay? Like you guys have to start thinking that way, all right? Why? Is because obscurity is what costs money. Obscurity is what we're just talking about. If people don't know you, you're wasting money. You're trying to find the perfect equipment. You're trying to find the perfect recipe. You're trying to find the perfect graphics. You're trying to build the perfect website. You're trying to get the most up-to-date technology. That shit doesn't matter if nobody knows you. Like, if nobody knows you, what difference does it make? I'd rather people know us than us have a perfect system. I'd rather have that problem of saying, listen, we got too many people coming in. We're getting too many phone calls. We have too many meetings. Okay, we're booking too many quotes, right? Our restaurant, we just don't have enough seats. Like these are the problems that you should want to have. Okay? And it starts with understanding that obscurity is what costs money, not labor. Labor doesn't cost money. It's your obscurity problem. Your obscurity is costing you money. You're not bringing enough money. Right? If you bring in enough money, labor is not a problem. Like, especially if you're in California, which has the craziest freaking tax and restrictions and compliance for all businesses. But it always comes down to one thing. If you're bringing in enough money, that stuff's really not a problem. Now, you can win better in other states, but if you're going to stay in California, you just got to make more money. And you can't make more money if you're in obscurity. All right? So that's definitely rules to the game, which means you need to be everywhere. If you're not everywhere and you own a business, then you're stuck in obscurity. That means if there's any event that relates to what you're offering, you should be there. Okay? And if there isn't enough events where you're at, make an event. Volunteer. Set something up. Schedule an event on your Facebook. Do whatever it takes to be everywhere. Okay? You got to be able to respond. If you don't respond, like if you're breaking out of obscurity and you're being everywhere but you're not responding, then people are going to go to the next competitor. This is classic in home services. If you're an electrician, if you're a plumber, roofer, pool service, HVAC, if you don't answer phone calls, they're just going to call the next competitor. They're not going to call you back. There's no reason why you should not be answering the call, especially if you're in that vertical. And if it's just you, then you need to make the investment. If you're getting too many calls, then make the investment. Just get someone to answer the calls, at least. Like that's answering, as in showing up, is better than doing nothing at all, right? So you have to respond. And there's ways to do that efficiently. You can set up a chat bot on your website. You can make sure that your Facebook and your Messenger are set up on your cell phone. So if somebody hits you up, you can immediately respond. You could forward the calls to your cell phone if you're not going to be in the office. Like, the options are limitless, so there's no reason why you're not responding. Okay? And this is the mistake that the 98% of businesses are doing right now, and how you can be a part of the 2% who are not doing it. Don't sell, close. That's all you should be focusing on. That's all you should be focusing on. If you're on Facebook and you're a plumber and you're giving people easy tutorials and addressing the issues that they're having at home that they can fix themselves, they've already been pre-sold. When they no longer can handle it themselves, you know who they're going to call? They're going to call you. And the only thing you should be telling them when they're on the phone is, what time can I be over there so I can give you a proper quote? You don't need to be spending time trying to convince people why your business is the business they need to be going with, because you should have been doing that on Facebook or Instagram, or your website or the internet. Like, these amount of resources are for free. You're not paying for these resources. They're available to you, right? As a business, they are available to you. Like, the platform is already there, but probably you guys don't really know how to maximize it, which is why this video exists. So if you use the social media to build your brand, you can build the trust. You're making everything you put on social media about your customer, like you're already pre-selling them. You don't need to convince them on how great their your service is. It's the prime example. Like, I served in the military. Like, if you got to come into the room and flex your muscles and let everybody know that you're the boss, like, nobody trusts you. Like, if you have to go to those lengths and you have to be desperate to try to convince people why your brand and your business is the one they should go to, you're doing it wrong, right? You should be making it about them, not about you, okay? And so these are the rules to the game. Like, if you build out your team, stop being a one-man band, okay? If you draw attention, okay? Obscurity costs money, all right? You got to be everywhere. You got to respond when you're everywhere, and you got to stop selling, okay? If you're on Facebook right now and you're putting if you're only putting photos of your product and your service, you're doing it wrong. Nobody cares. Nobody cares. What they care about is, how are you going to fix their problem? Are you communicating the solutions to their problems? Like, that's what you should be putting on Facebook. This applies to all businesses. If you are a salon, you should be holding workshops and teaching your customers how to manage their hair throughout the months. If you're a barber, you can hold a little training, or you could go on your Facebook and say, hey guys or gals, these are the 3 things you need to do before you show up to your next appointment, so it goes by faster. Okay, if you are a electrician, you could tell people what's the difference in the voltages. Like, what does a panel actually look like? Like, what is the numbers on the panel? It doesn't mean they're going to do it themselves. It's that they now trust you because you actually are taking the time out to educate them, right? Because now you're making it about them and the problems that they're having. If you're a plumber, it's the same thing. Well, how do you fix a leak? Like, how do you fix a leak? And if you guys are the company right now telling yourself, well, I don't want to put that information out there because then everybody's going to know. That's the problem. You're stuck in obscurity. You're not trying to be everywhere. You're not trying to draw attention to yourself. No wonder you don't make enough sales. Like, stop thinking that and start thinking how you can build your brand and your trust so you can dominate your market. Stop wanting to be an average business owner and start bringing in more money for your family so your business can grow. And it starts with branding yourself. Okay, it starts with building that trust. All right? And also, like, if you are a restaurant, no one cares how good your pictures look. No one cares that the burrito looks so mouth-watering. Like, what they care is, like, okay, well, what's the difference between this Mexican restaurant and this Mexican restaurant? Well, this restaurant over here keeps showing us ways that we can incorporate these foods at home. They're showing us ways where, like, updated news about Mexican food. Like, they're sharing with us about why their employees actually care and why they work there. Okay, like these are things where you're connecting with your marketplace. If you're only getting on Facebook and showing off your products, people don't care. That's just the bottom line. That's what 2019 and beyond is going to be all about. As an example, you guys have probably been posting on social media and you're like, man, I'm not getting enough likes. It's on purpose. It's on purpose. Facebook and Instagram have got to the point where they say, hey, you know what? Likes need to be irrelevant. So you guys got to start catching on to those things. Just because someone has 40,000 followers and they're getting 2,000 likes doesn't mean they're making any money. Just because I like your photo doesn't mean I'm going to spend any money with you. There's plenty of posts I see every day that are attractive, that are cool, that are funny. That doesn't mean I'm going to spend my dime on that company, right? Because I don't trust them. They're not providing any value to me. Just because your picture is beautiful, why is that valuable to me and the problems that I'm having? Like that's not valuable to me. Like if you are a nail bar, just because you keep posting how beautiful your nail service keeps coming out, like how valuable is that truly to your customers? But if you were to post a video teaching ladies how to clean their nails before they come to their appointment, or how to fix a nail that was broken, like what products should they be using? Right? If you are a salon, hey, what shampoos should I be using throughout the month? Like they are going to take that way more seriously than you continuing to post photos about your product and how good it looks. Because remember, if you rewind all the way back to the beginning of the video, nobody knows you and nobody cares. And I could be shooting this video right now where nobody knows, right? And the only reason why anybody's going to care, and if you're still listening, is because this whole video has been about you, right? So guys, like I totally have given you guys so much information. Really, like no other marketing team in this area are going to share this information with you, okay? No, there's not another business out there that's going to be giving you guys free game. And you guys got to do what I just did with your customers. And why I'm doing this is because I want you to succeed. If you can succeed, my business will succeed, right? And that's how we all win together. But it starts by building our brand. It starts by building our trust, thinking outside the box, okay, following these rules, all right? And, and just win. Stop being average. Start separating yourself from your other competitors. Okay, if you guys want more information, I know that kind of looked longer than what I wanted it to, but if you guys want to know more information, you can just send us a message. You can leave a comment below. You can go to our website, brandchampz.com. That's brandchampz.com. It's spelled BRANDCHAMPZ, Z as in Zulu or zebra.com. So brandchampz.com, or you can DM us right now. We're on Facebook, we're on Instagram, we're on LinkedIn, we're on Twitter, whatever platform you're using, or if you want to stop by, just send us a DM or go on our Facebook and it'll tell you exactly where we're located. All right, guys. Hey, go out there, be great, and start making money moves. All right? Thanks.